What is going on, everybody? It's Alex coming back here with another video. And today, I was going to be doing this one yesterday, but Mel Kiper dropped one, so I got to be going right back to Daniel Jeremiah. I heard that he has been smoking some crack and doing these mock drafts. So we gotta see this, man. I have not seen his mock draft. I've heard some really insane things, some real asinine things that he said, blasphemous, whatever you guys want to call it. I mean, obviously, he's an NFL media analyst, as it says right here. And honestly, I'm very happy that they don't call him a draft analyst because, from what I've heard, he has no reason in hell to even be considered as somebody who knows anything about the draft. From again the things that I've heard, but we're gonna watch this. We're gonna see this live together. Let's have some fun. Drop a like, comment, subscribe. Our goal before the draft, yes, this is the legit goal. 3,000 subs on the channel, guys. Only you guys can make that happen. We're posting content every day, even though we're taking a shit ton of units in college. Hit the support button, man. I mean, I'm trying to do everything for you guys. We're bringing on the Houston Texans president on Monday. Yeah, that's right. So the video should be coming out on Tuesday. It's going to be a blast. I'm really excited for it. I literally can't believe it's happening, but it is just a dream come true. So I really do thank you guys so much for that. So without further ado, let's kick into this. So with the first overall pick, I mean, he didn't fuck this one up. I really don't like how this is laid out. I don't know why the hell Jacksonville Jaguars is in like all bold and shit, and then Trevor Lawrence is all the way down here. However, we all know this is gonna be the pick. Is there really a need to discuss it? No. So next, New York Jets getting Zach Wilson out of BYU. Again, this is interesting. Again, I like Daniel Jeremiah's idea right here that the draft starts with this pick. 100% true. This could be Penei Sewell to give Sam Darnold another chance, which I think it probably would be a better idea. I mean, worst case scenario, you have arguably the best tackle duo in the NFL, and then you drop in a new quarterback into that. I don't see a big deal with that. Obviously, you can draft wide receivers down the line. Something Mel Kiper was talking about actually kind of contradicted himself, taking these guys at 2 and 3 in his draft, and it was that it was interesting because he was like, oh, well, there's these guys in the second, third round who are just coming in day one and just making an impact. These guys don't even need to have any development. And it's like, well, if that's the case, what's the need to take them in the first if you can get a third round guy that can come in day one and operate? So I don't know. It might have increased the value of the wide receiver position, but it might be like the running back, similar to Kareem Hunt, Alvin Kamara, and it might push people back from being able to take them that high. I don't know, guys. Just watch out because there might be a fall of wide receivers due to the fact that it's so saturated now, and guys can just come in. Lynn Bowden, out of all people, is making some pretty big plays. You know, there are guys third, fourth, fifth, sixth, if not later, who make big impacts day one. So this is an okay pick if they really think Zach Wilson's a guy. Don't make fun of the damn pillow back here. The freaking beanbag's been letting your boy down, and we gotta get some back support. You know the deal. We're gonna go through this a little bit quicker, but Dolphins getting Jamar Chase, like, dude, Penei Sewell's on the board. I can't stand this one. With the news that has come out about Micah Parsons, I'm projecting a trade at this spot, a trade down with a team that wants to get a quarter. Oh my god, I just glanced. Oh my god. I'm projecting a trade down with a team like the Panthers who are going to want to move up for a quarterback because this is a golden spot right here. If Penei Sewell is not here, of course. So if Penei Sewell is taken by the Jets, this spot is a trade down for Zach Wilson to the Panthers. I can almost guarantee it unless another team wants to swoop in. Maybe a Lions want to trade up, which I still don't think that that's a good idea. But, you know, I think with Micah Parsons having this fighting issue coming out, I think he might fall down a little bit, and the Dolphins are going to be able to maximize the potential of that. They do a really good job with being able to acquire picks. I think they're going to be able to do that there. But this isn't worth it. This isn't worth it. I love Jamar Chase to death, but it's not worth it. You don't need to surround playmakers around Tua if he doesn't have time to throw the ball. He's been playing behind one of the best offensive lines his entire career, and now he's with a pretty garbo offensive line that is still raw, young, developing, and needs a blue chip prospect. Don't get weapons when you can get them in the second and the third. Get tackles. Get linemen, especially if you know they're like pretty much a home run guarantee. This is disgusting. Falcon. Oh my. Oh god. Why? For one, why? You know, if you guys, I guess maybe this would be a perfect place to trade down and get Trey Lance later if you want to have a developmental prospect. but just like, why? There's so many more needs on Atlanta. This is a perfect spot to trade down again. And again, there's Justin Fields on the board, guys. We're forgetting about that. Justin Fields is here. It's just, I don't think any team is going to choose Trey Lance above Justin Fields, given the fact that Trey Lance has only thrown like 100 balls in his career. And they aren't that great of passes either. That's a thing. He has some flashes, and that's pretty much it. Really creepy to me. This is gross. Cincinnati getting Rashawn Slater, and we're just gonna forget the idea that Penei Sewell's on the board. You guys already know I'm puking my guts out right now because of that. But at least Rashawn Slater is an offensive line pick. He did one part right. He just missed the best prospect that we have seen in a very long time at the position. So, oh my God. Eagles getting Devontae Smith. I mean, okay, I don't think Devontae Smith's the right guy. Again, I seriously don't like him in this squad unless you're able to keep a Travis Fulgham, which means you have to give up a lot. If we're going to be honest, they could even take Micah Parsons here if they look at him as an outside linebacker edge prospect, which again, he could play inside, outside, or edge. Then he could be basically able to replace guys like Brandon Graham, who might be a huge cap hit that they move on to be able to re-sign dudes. But I mean, I don't see this. I think that this would be a perfect spot for a trade down or a corner. I don't think Devontae Smith is the guy who's going to fit the Eagles that well. It's just not a vibe. It's not a vibe. At least you get like the Hurts, like the Alabama connection right there. But I mean, I'm pretty sure Tua Tagovailoa passed that overtime pass to score the touchdown to Devontae Smith, not to Jalen Hurts. And then Detroit getting Justin, if that's the case, okay, but we have to say this again. If Matt Stafford can't do it, what the hell is Justin Fields going to do? It's not like he's going to be the answer. I seriously don't. Even if you trade away Matt Stafford, bringing in Justin Fields is not going to do anything for you. You need to build up that squad. There's no Penei Sewell on the board. It's just I'm a little bit tweaked by this. Again, another potential trade down spot if you want to get a guy like Rashad Bateman to replace Kenny Golladay if you don't want to re-sign him or can't re-sign him. It's just there's a lot of factors here that Justin Fields is not going to want to come into this. He has a really good offensive line at Ohio State. He's going to be coming to a pretty patchy offensive line here in Detroit, as Matt Stafford's ribs will attest to. Carolina Panthers getting Penei Sewell. I mean, obviously. I mean, if all the quarterbacks are gone and he's here, obviously. But he's not going to be. So looking at it, we're gonna pretend that DJ decided to take Penei Sewell at 5 and Rashawn Slater's here. If that's the case, then okay, you know what? I'm not gonna take Rashawn Slater. I'm gonna take a corner. Or even better, I am going to take Micah Parsons. There's a lot of dudes here. Oh my God, Micah Parsons even taken by the Broncos. This is ridiculous. There's a perfect spot for Caleb Farley or Micah Parsons. Whatever you guys want to do, this is a spot to go on defense because the offense is doing pretty fine, man. I know that it's not perfect, definitely not perfect, but Penei Sewell won't be here. It's a great pick if he is, but he won't be here, and you need to focus on that defense. If a quarterback like Justin Fields is not there. Denver Broncos getting Caleb Farley. You guys already know I love this pick. He's athletic, rangy, press corner, good size, good speed. He's overall amazing. And then you guys know I love this pick. Surtain to the Cowboys. Got that Diggs-Surtain connection. There you go. I love that again. That'd be wonderful. Giants getting Jalen Waddle. You know what? If you guys really want to be like, hey, we want to see what we have in Daniel. If you guys want to see what you have in Daniel Jones, that means that you're probably not keeping Daniel Jones. It just means like, oh, can he patch us up until we can get somebody who's a guaranteed surefire prospect? I think you need to fix up that defense, man. The offense, yeah, it can use some work. But this is a really good wide receiver class as well, where you can get guys in the second, third, fourth round. You can probably get Nico Collins in the third, who's a 6'4", 220-something pound beast. And you know what? He could probably go in the second, if not late first, in a lot of drafts. This wide receiver core is really deep. I think next year's class won't be nearly as good. So this might be the class to go wide receiver. But again, it's not very top heavy either. I don't know. There's a lot of good players on the board that I seriously think are much better picks, especially in Micah Parsons. But we're not imagining that he's going to be here. Niners getting Kyle Pitts. Why? Like, he's like, could you imagine what Kyle Pitts and George Kittle are going to do? Like, are you kidding me, bro? This is why you are not a draft analyst, homie. And if you are, it's the reason why you should get fired. Don't freak out, people. We already have an elite tight end. No shit, Sherlock. Like, what? He is real. Like, I swear he's probably living in Oregon right now because at least he's getting all these drugs legally. Because, I mean, I'm telling you right now, if ESPN drug tests him, he could be like, oh, it's legal over here. There's no way. This guy's straight up smoking crack. And there's still a guy like J.C. Horn on the board. There's still all of the defensive ends on the board. If you want to bring in Micah Parsons as kind of like an edge replacement, which you shouldn't, but if you want to pair him up with Fred Warner, basically be the Quan Alexander replacement, you could do that too. If you want to get an offensive lineman like a Christian Darrisaw, or of course you don't really need to go tackle right now, but if you wanted to, in case Trent Williams didn't want to come back either, there's that. There's just a lot more routes. Tight end's not it. It's not it. That's not it, guys. Next, Chargers getting Elijah Vera Tucker. He's not an offensive tackle. He fits as a guard, and he'll always be a guard. I don't like this idea of him being a tackle. Okay, I still think there's still Christian Darrisaw on the board. I think that's gonna be a much better choice. But at least he's choosing like an offensive line pick. Vikings going Gregory Rousseau. I think that, again, you guys have heard me talk about this. Gregory Rousseau is not going to be picked by the Vikings because the Vikings, they're more in win now mode. They have some really talented weapons there. They have Kirk Cousins, who can be consistent enough to get them deep into the playoffs. I think that you want to get a surefire prospect like a Kwity Paye, who's more ready day one. Or if you want to trade back, get guys like Jalen Phillips. You can get guys like Azeez Ojulari, who are better day one than Gregory Rousseau. Well, better value day one plus the pick than Gregory Rousseau will be right here. I know that the potential is amazing, but you're not playing for potential right now. You're playing for a championship. So getting a guy like Rousseau is not going to be the option. If you guys want a good pick, guys, go in the second round, which of course you don't have a second round pick, but maybe you can trade back and accumulate a second, trade with your third or something, and then be able to select a guy like Boogie Basham, who's going to be much more of a mauler beast that you can use off that edge, who will be a really good impact day one. Pat's getting Parsons. This is ridiculous, but hey, if it happens, it happens, man. You know, I think that honestly, Pitts could be here, and that's going to be a really good mix. So, I mean, if that's the case, cheers, but it's still stupid. And then Cardinals are getting getting Jalen Phillips when there's still J.C. Horn on the board. Whoo, okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Vegas getting this. I know at least he got one of the top two needs, but okay. I'm gonna be excited to hear what you Cardinals fans think about that. Vegas getting JOK. I mean, you need a safety, and then I guess Raekwon McMillan is on contract year, so if you guys want to replace him, it's not a bad pick. So I'm gonna be more lenient on this. I think they need pass rush. Definitely, there's still Kwity Paye on the board. I don't know why he's falling. He definitely doesn't deserve to fall. He opted out after a couple games, and he looked really good in them. I saw personal development in him in a season where he should have been regressing. Just saying. Dolphins getting Darrisaw. Yeah, sure. Okay. I mean, if you can pull that off, yeah. But it's not going to happen. Darrisaw might be a top 10. If not, he could be a top 5 pick. Legitimately, if Penny Sewell goes at number 3 or 2, he could be going to the Bengals. I'm just saying, throwing it out there. Christian Darrisaw's a really talented dude. He's young as well. Really talented. Washington getting Kadarius Toney. I don't know why people keep doing Kadarius Toney, but I mean, I guess you're getting a weapon. Again, what you got to do is get a quarterback, a weapon, and then a safety, and that's all you need to win a championship with this team. So, okay. I don't think that it's the right move. His Senior Bowl stock might drop him a little bit, given the fact I've seen him win more with speed than with actual technician. There's a guy who's, I'm going to be honest, could be an awkward sleeper, and that is Shi Smith. Shi Smith could be a sleeper first. Yeah, we won't expect it ever, but you know there are some like picks where you're like, what the fuck? Shi Smith is looking insane in the Senior Bowl. In his reps right now, I follow one of my guys on Twitter, link in the description, of course, and he looks insane. Makes some incredible adjustments for catches when he's getting held by defensive backs. You know, it's something to watch. It could be this pick 19 could be Shi Smith. I'm not calling it. I'm just saying there is a chance, and you guys watch my wide receiver rankings. I do like Shi Smith. Maybe not in the number rankings, but I'm telling you, he is a fun guy to watch. Somebody with a lot of potential. He is older, of course, but somebody who can come in day one and actually be a really good impact. Bears getting Jalen Mayfield. You know what? They have a team that's ready to win now. I'm not 100%. I don't like the idea of signing him into guard. He's been really talented at tackle, but Mayfield's a little bit young and raw to the point where I don't know how comfortable I feel with them taking him right now, given the fact that the majority of their roster, apart from their quarterback, is Super Bowl ready. I chose him to go to the Super Bowl if Nick Foles were Nick Foles that we thought. So it's just weird. Detroit trades up with the Indianapolis Colts all the way to get Kwity Paye. Okay. The Matt Stafford trade, that's absolutely wonderful. They better give the second round pick plus Matt Stafford to the Colts for the first, at least. At least. Because, Matt Stafford's getting old. So if that's the case, okay. But I don't like this too much. If you're going to do a trade, this is the one trade you do. I know he probably wants to make it different than everybody else's, but it's kind of weird to me. So Detroit gets Kwity Paye. That's going to be a great value, but it's not going to happen. But if it does happen, great value. And you know what? If you get it for getting rid of Matt Stafford, that's a pretty fucking good pick. That's a pretty good pick. So next, we got the Titans getting J.C. Horn. I mean, I would love to say that happens, but it's not going to. I think you need to address edge there in the real draft. But obviously, if J.C. Horn's here, I don't know if you could pass up on that. Jets getting ETN. You guys see me get ETN in the top of the second every time. I think that running back, especially ETN, after like hitting a kind of a wall at Notre Dame, running 1.4 yards per carry, if I'm not mistaken, that might drop his stock a bit to the point where he's not going to be a first round pick. I don't think there's going to be a first round running back in this class. Either it's going to be in like the top 15 where we see ETN go, or the top of the second. I don't think that it's going to be right here in this spot because ETN he has flashes where he looks amazing, but there are some big red flags on this tape. I'm going to be honest. Steelers getting Tevin Jenkins. Tevin Jenkins, this guy is a bit older, so he is seasoned. He's a very talented tackle. He did not let up, I'm pretty sure he did not let up a single sack since 2018. So you know what? He's a really good guy. PFF loves this kid as well. And he's older, so he will be able to start day one pretty well. So with that being said, there's still better guys on the board like Samuel Cosme, but I'm not going to blame him too much. This one I'm not going to get on DJ's ass for. I'm pretty sure Tevin Jenkins is a right tackle, though, which is not the position we need to fill. We need to fill left tackle. But if Tevin can make that transition, I won't be too pissed at it. I'll put it that way. Jaguars getting Morig. You know what? I'm happy it's not Christian Barmore. That's all I can say. It's not Christian Barmore. Trayvon Moerig's a guy who I'd probably target in the second, but it's still a good pick. I still think there's some really good tackles on the board. It depends on what he'd do in the second. Browns getting Zaven Collins. You guys know I love giving the Browns Zaven Collins, so that's pretty damn good. Leighton Vander Esch, that's an interesting comparison. That's a pretty good one too. I don't mind that one. For once, DJ did a pretty good job catching me out of the blue with that one. That's pretty good. Baltimore getting Aziz, that's not bad. You guys are a roster that will be pretty good for the long haul. And Aziz is a guy who has a high enough floor where he can make an impact day one, kind of be similar to Unique Ngakoue that way, but he has a really good ceiling as well. Don't think he'll be here, but hey, honestly, DJ, that's a pretty damn good pick. Nick Bolton to the Saints. We all know that they need a linebacker to pair. I know Demario Davis is still on contract for a couple of years, but I'm seeing the next pick. Don't worry, guys. I'm thoroughly disgusted. I'm trying to be as nice to DJ as possible. Getting Bolton next to Quan Alexander, because again, Davis is ancient, would be pretty crucial. But there are still some really talented corners on the board. There still is Mac Jones on the board. There's just guys on the board who I don't know if maybe Nick Bolton's the right pick at the spot, but I won't shame it at all. There is, oh my God. I mean, why? What is up with this Aaron Robinson love? Okay. So we're going to have some struggle over the next two picks, all right? Tutu Atwell. I had done an in-depth report on him. Again, if you guys want to see it, ask me. I will put it in the description. I'm not going to be putting a bunch of description links in there just because I don't want to spam you guys with a billion links in the comment section. Plus, that's a lot of time out of my day looking up all that shit for you guys if you guys don't want to even see it in the first place. But I did an in-depth report on Tutu Atwell. Looked at almost every single snap he's ever taken. And I'm going to be honest, I loved Tutu until I watched him actually. He's amazing on the highlight tape. He has certain cuts look amazing. But I'm telling you, he has the worst hands I've ever seen in my entire life. Deontay Johnson, better hands. You see, I'm still forgetting the guy's name. He was on the Patriots. I think he had 10 drops in a game. Better hands. Tutu Atwell fumbles the ball 24/7 and drops the ball 24/7. And you guys won't believe this. You know, Kadarius Toney is really good after the catch. You'd think Tutu Atwell would be. He's not. If you guys ever realize it, I'm forgetting the kid's name. I think he's like number 81. He is the guy who takes the ball out of the backfield, not Tutu Atwell. And you think Tutu, it's like, dude, he's small, agile, fast, bursty, has that speed. It's really weird, but he cannot break tackles, and he's not very good at reading the lanes. Tutu Atwell might be a 6th-round pick. I'm just saying. I don't know. There's a huge bust factor on him. Huge bust factor. I'm a fan of Tutu. I hope all the best for him. This is disgusting. There are so many better weapons on the board that if you take Tutu Atwell, Chatorius Tutu Atwell, I legitimately think that I think Aaron Rodgers should say, I'm retiring. Retiring right now. You know, you got me a shittier Will Fuller, who's not even close to Will Fuller talent. Not even close to his size either. You know, I'm just talking about that rangy speed. Like, you couldn't trade a 2nd for Will Fuller, but you get a 1st for Tutu Atwell. It's gross. Absolutely disgusting. Bills getting Aaron Robinson. There's Eric Stokes on the board. There's Elijah Molden on the board. There's all these really talented corners on the board. Asante Samuel Jr. But why do people love this 25-year-old? I don't understand. Great. He's tall, rangy, and can play slot or outside. That's beautiful. What makes him that special? Just because, I just check off, like, I'm probably like 6'1", probably like 195, and I could probably run a 4.48. Like, who cares? Like, that's what the 2nd round, 3rd round, 4th rounder for. Aaron Robinson's old as hell too. I guess it's a guy that you can bring in and be like, you know what? He's a guy who has a pretty damn high floor because he's old, but his ceiling's maxed. Like, why would you take that in the 1st? I don't get that. Buccaneers. Oh, what? Again? What is up with this Joe Tryon love? You guys heard? Oh my God, dude. There's so many better edges on the board. Why would you take Joe Tryon here? Like, what? Joe Tryon he's an amazing high ceiling prospect. That's amazing. But holy shit. Like, why? Just why? You guys are in win now mode. You guys don't need to develop a guy. You need a guy to be an impact day one. Get a Jalen Phillips here. Get a defensive tackle. You get a Christian Barmore here. This is not the right pick. This is like, why? It doesn't even fit the idea. The whole entire vision of the team is not nearly what Joe Tryon is. And he's not a Shaq Barrett. He's not. Oh my God. And Kansas City getting Levi. I mean, Levi's really good. I'm not going to shame Levi Onwuzurike, but you need to get that offensive line fixed. And there's still linebackers on the board. You can still get Dylan Moses here. Like, pairing him up with a guy like Willie Gay, like, dude, you could have a really good linebacker tandem there. I think that offensive line's the biggest need, but I guess defensive tackle's in the needs section. So I'm not going to totally shame him for this, but my goodness, DJ, it says follow you on Twitter. I'm about to block you on Twitter. This is just, there's some picks in here. I've never seen a draft this bad. There's some good picks in here. I'm not going to lie. But I mean, eventually you have to have some good picks. Like, maybe I should make a draft that's like the worst draft possible. But I mean, my goodness. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, this is just ridiculous. So let me know what you guys think. I'm really scratching my head here. Really scratching my head. I don't know how this guy's employed. I mean, NFL, employ me. I mean, I technically am semi-employed by you right now, but actually employ me to the squad because y'all need it. Your reputation is dying in the community where people actually know what the hell they're talking about is dying, especially with shit like this. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the far side. Peace.